As a mediator, it's really useful to establish with parties at the outset of a mediation the broad parameters of what a resolution would need to look like for them, to consider what their interests are. Mediations inevitably involve difficult conversations and can involve heightened emotions and tensions. And so being able to come back to this question can be a really useful exercise. There was a case that exemplified this for me. It was a dispute in relation to a bridging loan. And halfway through the mediation, evidence came to light that showed that the defendant had committed fraud. He had lied about it in the pleadings and on the mediation day itself. This inevitably caused upset and anger on the part of the claimant, who contemplated walking out of the mediation. I saw my role in that moment as holding the space to ensure that any decisions made in that moment wouldn't be regretted the next day, so that if the mediation was to come to a close, it would be in a considered way. So I came back to this question with the claimant as to what their interests were and what they had wanted at the beginning of the mediation day. And what became clear through discussing with them was that their reasons for wanting a resolution at the outset not only remained, but in fact had been strengthened. So they had discussed a concern around reputational damage, and having any ongoing relationship now with somebody who had proven themselves to be untrustworthy increased that concern. They had mounting legal costs. The legal fees were only going to increase to court. And they had a frustration that there was time and energy being spent on this litigation that they wanted to focus on their business interests. So to the credit of this client and his lawyer, they recalibrated, they came back to the table, and they placed once more their initial offer on the table. The defendant now, with the evidence that had come to light, had little choice but to agree. And so they were able to conclude the day with a settlement and draw a line under the matter.